is your thing. The point of being afraid if you're scared of the ring. A stone fall's not a terrible thing, but living in the glass house, you ain't fit to be king. The crown ruler got the rebels in tow, just letting you know I'm right there wherever you go. The fact that we're a band helps, because we also bill it as a band. Like I rap obviously, but it's not what you would class as Scottish hip hop. It's a rock band. Like you take me out it, it's just a rock band. Do you know what I mean? With my element on it, it obviously makes it different and it makes it original and unique, which is great. Also, I think our live show is a massive part of our success, because we're a really good live band. Like I mean, I can confidently say that we've been playing for 10 years, all over the world, man, and it always seems to work pretty well. And it's a favourite thing to do. That lyric is just a wee kind of poking fun at like the industry version of how they view our music sometimes. Because sometimes we get a lot of like, it's maybe taken to radio and they're like, love the stuff, fantastic singing, don't like the rapper. Scottish, not for us. That happens a lot. What's the legacy? Break the generational gap. Feeling old before my time, validation in that. Take the yeah, I mean, like you're right in what you say. The gift, the Lafontaines are the definition of a gift and a curse. The gift being that it is original and it will always be so unique, and we will always be extremely proud of the fact that regardless what happens, we made something that was true to us. The curse being that the industry has no idea where to put it. So because we aren't like a typical rock band, we're no Ed Sheeran or something like that, it's like kind of put the same big machine behind that. So that poses a problem, doesn't it? And it's because you don't fit in a box, they don't know what to do with it, so like sometimes it can hold you back in a lot of regards. But the gift being that normal punters, man, I think they gravitate towards it because it's something different. See, the music industry claims that it wants something different, but it doesn't really. It just wants the same safe thing that's guaranteed to work. And when an industry that's, the money's not really involved like it used to be, in terms of like, you know, a lot of people don't buy records now, etc. Then they need guaranteed success. So somebody comes and going like, there's this band that are like a rock band, but there's a guy that raps in it, and it's, I mean, you've never heard anything like it. They're like, is that right? Get that to fuck.
I mean, it was started like MySpace was just coming out, or
MySpace was
its peak.
Well, I was at its peak.
Aye, MySpace was the thing that turn if they check us out in MySpace and that. That's a mental thing, but.
Bebo was a thing.
Aye, we had Bebo, I think we had the Bebo page before we had the MySpace page.
Profile heaven. But I mean, like to witness the changes, it's like, again, the fact that it's like a unique thing helps in that regard, because if you try and well, first of all, if you try and chase a trend, you try and sound like something that's currently in at the moment. By the time you've identified that and try to catch that, it's already too late, because the trends change all the time. So because we have been our own thing, we've never really been affected by that. You know what I mean? We don't have to, oh fuck, that's in now, we need to change our sound. We've just made our sound just always how we've sounded. So we can keep going in that regard. What's different about it is to see how much sales have went down in terms of records, how much more emphasis is on your live performance, I suppose, though, as well, and in your merchandise and like things like that. You start to learn as a band, and you become a bit more business savvy with it as well. Like, that's another thing's testament to your resilience to be still in it, and your drive and want to do it, and just being like kind of smart about it, you know. It's like there's so many things we've learned along the way, man. It's like transferable skills. There's a phone ring and there's probably somebody for the radio calling up to ask if we can. Scottish rapper, got one. What's the legacy? Break the generational gap. Feeling old before my time, validation and that.
Probably the first one for me. I think the Californication with the Chili's came out, and I was about 8 or something like that, so I liked it. I liked that album, but it was by the time By the Way came out, I was first year or second year at school. So starting to play the drums and all that sort of thing, and starting to get into bands, and that was By the Way I would say that's the one that's probably still one of my favourite albums.
That what inspired you to play drums?
I was already playing drums, but that was like, I want to start a band now sort of thing. I want to do what they're doing.
I kind of fell into music, man. I played football until I was like 17. I played pro youth football, and then I kind of got injured, and then wasn't good enough to get back in the team. Obviously, I was like, well, fuck this. Then I'm going to go and be a rapper. I don't know how it happened though. I think that's just the music I must have been into. Like I was introduced to it through the cliche like Eminem or whatever, Marshall Mathers LP. And then once I started getting like Outkast or like, what now it sounds like Slum Village or anything like, and then Jay-Z and all this, you know. So I went way deeper with it. But that was my first. Oh, like this is mad because it was new, and it was at that time it was so massive. Like even like Jamie, who came from like a rock background, like music like that even crossed over into that, you know. So I don't really know how it was like that. I think I just started to like, I want to make music, and I can't sing, so I'll talk fast in my accent, and here we are. Yeah, well, see, again, go back to this, how long ago it was. I had no reference to like, there was no, at that time, like, there was a channel called Channel U in the telly, right? That was like, this was when things like MTV Base and all that were still like important. And I had no reference that there was any other rap other than American rap. Like I didn't know, like Dizzy was just coming out, Dizzy Rascal and like Roll Deep and stuff like Kano, they were all just coming out the streets. But like they were new to us up here. So the only reference that we had was like American rap. So I started rapping in an American accent until I met these guys, and they were like, what is that? Why are you doing that? You can't do that. But there was no, I didn't know any other way. And initially at one point we were going to make our music, it was going to be like, the compromise was that I would rap some words in American and some words in Scottish. Until they were like,
But can you not mind any of your first?
The first raps? I had some belter lines. I remember there was one line that was,
his name was Prime.
My name was Prime, which was the definition of peak condition. The mixtape was called Bout to Blow. and one of the lyrics was, on the mic I'm Lucas-Aid, I'm so energetic. And also, you rappers like punch bags always taking my hits. And there was, and the chorus, I remember one of them was for the song Real MCs.
What was this, a track? Real
MCs? Real MCs was like the fourth track in the mixtape, Bout to Blow. Bout to Blow was the first song, and then but the second song after that was Bout to Blow Part 2. So I was really about to blow.
Not that you had the song, there was one called Bounce at the dance routine.
Aye. Bounce to the left, stop, clap your hands. Bounce to the right.
There's another one I liked, it was like, Prime getting down with the girls and the kids.
No, it was like, step over the ropes on VIP, just turned 16 with no ID. Don't matter though, the bouncers know me, plus after the show they get a signed CD. Prime was, I might bring Prime back. It seems like the time was right for Prime to come back.
I want to support that.
I can write, man. Come on with the hoodie and that, smash it.
Fuck your popularity, speaking with tool clarity. The only thing that miles is peace and solidarity.
That's a good question, man. That's it's funny because like there's top 40 bands in the UK charts that still work in Nando's. That's a fact. Now, people don't like speaking about that because it's like it's some sort of it's as if it's like a slight on your where you are in your career. But the truth is, you kind of need, unless you're like smashing it like with Capaldi now or something, you know, or like when you get a big label behind you and a big industry machine and you're topping the charts, which is class. If you're at the level where you're a working musician and you're selling it like even like Barras type venues, Academy type venues, all around the UK, unless you're like the records are really rolling, you still need a day job. you still need to make. I mean, this last year's been the only year that I've been fortunate enough to not come back off tour or play on a main stage at a festival on a Saturday and come and work on like a building site or something on a Monday. And people don't like talking about that because it's like as if you're not doing well, but that's the reality of it. There's so little money in this game now. And my worry with it is that very shortly, if not already, this is going to be priced out of being a working man or women's game. It's going to only be for the elite that can play at musicians, because there's so little money in it.
Are the folk that can afford to just do it without having to work?
Unless you get mum and dad's money, I don't know how at late 20s age you could still be being in a band, because it's not financially viable.
Do you think in the long
Fact.
Do you think in the long run that could kill music? Because obviously we don't have like kind of, you know, more working class people up on the stage. How's that going to resonate with people?
100%. Like, not to say that everybody's the same. I mean, you've got like amazing artists like Coldplay. They're all bankers, good band, whether you like it or not. They're good musicians. Foles, or Complete, big Tories, good band. There's loads of them, man. Mumford & Sons, not a good band, but come from heavy money. Like, it will be all of that unless something else happens that, because it's just not financially viable. And this is, you know, sitting complaining, it's just the way it is. Like, there kind of something needs to happen for, or you'll very quickly lose like real stories from real people, and that's what you get from, I think, from people that have lived a normal life. I mean, that's that music that resonates because you can talk about it because you live it. But I mean that will be a problem. For bands, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of different when you're a wee 15-year-old making songs on Logic and a wee DJ who then has songs in the charts, because like it's more financially viable. Like, that music's more in at the moment as well, and that's just the way it goes, man. Times change. But I'm just saying, for bands, like, you even look at like festival headlines at the moment. Outside the Arctic Monkeys, Kasabian, like your Stereophonics and all that. Who is people complain about the same headliners at festivals? Who is the other bands?
Aye.
Somebody will comment under this and tell me about fucking 19, I imagine, but like off the top of my head, know what I mean?
I agree with you, yeah.
So there's something wrong there then, and it's the finance part of it, because it's just so hard to make a living off it.
I went with a jazz band when I was about 14 or 15 in a big studio in Glasgow. But it was with a conductor and all that sort of thing. That was the only time I've ever done anything like that. Not done that since, but I remember being well excited about going to a real recording studio. I still get excited going to studios. But what was the first time we went to the studio?
We went?
Aye.
First studio we recorded would have been the Foundry in Motherwell.
Aye.
I remember I had a papa's old car coming up to pick Jamie up with all the drums in it, which is subsequently how that car got wrecked, by carrying Jamie about. So it's actually how all my cars have been wrecked, carrying Jamie about. In fact, Jamie will tell you, now that when I carry him about in my newer car, I have like sheets and all that I put in just when he comes in, because he wrecks everything, because he doesn't drive or give a fuck. And we went to the Foundry and recorded, and I remember thinking it was like just the coolest thing ever, man. I even just like been in there like making tea and stuff. I still enjoy having a cup of tea or whatever it's outside the studio. Just like being in a studio, I like that environment, I feel comfortable there. And certainly in this last album as well, I mean, we recorded the first one down in Woking. We recorded the second one in Manchester with the guy Joe from the Cortinas. And this one we recorded it in Glasgow, and I'd say it's probably our best recording experience, just because we can go home at night, and two, the guy we're recording is a legend. It's been fun.
I'm the king of my own hood.
I suppose with the first album we'd had songs there that we'd been playing for a few years with recording, and we spent about 3 weeks recording it.
We went down when the World Cup was on. We went down there for 3 weeks, in Woking. Just me, Daz and Jamie. It's always been me, Daz and Jamie, like when we always have 2 other members in the band, but it was always been the 3 of us. We started the band and then it was always us went done with recording and everything else, so we've always been together with the core of the band. And then but I remember going down there and having the best time, man. We'd play like FIFA during the day while we were recording, watch the World Cup at night, and just like this amazing recording experience was so new to us, and we were really happy with the product, you know, and it helped us jump up such a level, even though we put it out ourselves, our own label, etc. I was like, Class will always be like, you know, a moment for us that we'll fondly remember.
Listen to hers, closed caption, fall at my feet. King of the rules, rise in the face of defeat.
I don't know, I think we knew we were writing songs the next time we had made an idea of going to record them, how you done it, especially with an album, like getting all the drums and all that out the road first and getting them mixed and that before you start doing the other bits.
I think you learn like song structures and stuff. Obviously, as you go on, your writing matures. You'd hope. Musically, it gets better. You've more of an idea how things will sound when you come out the other end. Now, we demo something and be like, aye, it sounds like that, but I mean, by game time, it will be like this. You just become more comfortable in that environment. You don't feel pressured by red light syndrome when it goes on. It's like, oh, fuck, recording. It becomes an enjoyable experience, and I think with the newest album, certainly for us, it's like the most concise record we've ever made, in the sense of this is how the Lafontaines sound, and I think that's genuinely the best music. Without being a band dancer, I think it's the best music we've ever made. So I think, and that's an accumulation of like the past 2 albums to get to this point. You know, it's called Junior because it feels like we've finally got promoted from the Junior League. Do you know what I mean? Next one will be called Semi-Pro. I think lyrically, certainly, I write about like what's happening in my life or what's happening about me, or like it's not on the nose social commentary, but it's like his bits of that, you know. And the first album was about being skint and the whole class system economically, and plus we thought the album was Class, so we called it Class. The second one was going through at the time, which we still are obviously as well, with the whole Brexit thing, Trump, and just again like a wee bit of financial stuff with being a musician and taking the knocks, man, and keeping rolling. And it was darker. There was a bit more like inward looking lyrics, and I think that's just like, even if I take it to the point of the newest record, where it's a lot more like there's touches on mental health, and it touches on like stuff that I wouldn't have been comfortable enough to speak on, just because I just wouldn't have been confident enough, like to talk emotionally confident enough to put myself out there like that. That's definitely through writing the albums got to that point where I've just developed as a writer, I think, man. I think we all have, and that's just from practicing at it, really. You know?
Guys, pay attention and maybe focus a little. When the sirens arrive, nobody blowing the whistle.
Aye, well, I mean, like the one of the songs, Switch Out the Light, on the new record, talks on that. It's never like, I never want to be, I don't want it to be preached to, so I never preach on the record. I just give my view on it. It's never like, do this, do that, that's wrong. I don't want to fucking listen to a guy from Motherwell tell him that's nonsense. But I just talk about how I feel on these things. But I also try to not make it so on that, because I thought like Common Problem was kind of like that, like songs like Asleep and Common Problem, or Explosion, you know, or like What Do I Know, they were all songs that kind of spoke on that a wee bit, and I wanted to not make it too samey. So this one was a more inward looking album, maybe touching on mental health a bit more, or like you know, like songs like Alpha, where it's like the definition of an alpha male, or how that's changed in 2019, and just things like that that I just think better things to write about at the moment, because it's just so much, man, like that. It's so convoluted, that whole fucking Brexit world, innit? It's insane. The first record was more, Class was more a record that everybody in the band putting their input into it, production wise. Second one was Daz, who's a guitarist, produced all of that, and Joe had a bit of a hand in it. And the same with this, Daz had produced this full record, and Tom, my niece, has helped us as he would, man. Tam's class, so the two of them, they get together, that's how the music comes about, you know. And then Jamie will come in, put his drums on it, his melodies on it, and sing. And I just put the words to it, man, and it's the Lafontaines.
And one of the things I do really like about this new album that's coming out is the sense that it is your shortest one, but it's also your most concise, your most refined, almost your tightest record in a way. What else do you think kind of led to that, and why do you think, why is it you say it's your best album, and I tend to agree with that maybe, but why do you think that is? Why has it led to this point?
It's just really, really good. Don't know, I think we've just been doing it that long that now that we kind of have a sound. So I think before we're just trying things.
I think like with 8 songs on the album, you just like cut the fat off it as well. So it's like every song on it is good, we feel. Every song has a message that it gets across, and every song is, as far as songwriting goes, our best work. Like I think we know how to structure a song well now, and I think we know how we sound, and that's the main thing. It's like we, the Lafontaines, have a sound, and we know what it is now. And again, when it's like, because it is an original thing, it's like it takes some time to refine that, because there's nothing else you can go and copy from as such, do you know what I mean? So you need to figure out what the fuck you are first yourself, and I think we've figured that out now. It's definitely our best. Without the band dancer, man, it's 100% our best work, and it is the most concise thing we've ever made. That's why it's only 8 songs.
Getting busy, I'm blessed, life on the road. I've been riding around the city, making waves.
Well, I mean, you probably need to ask Jamie how he feels about that. So, in terms of how, because he's got a lot more responsibility now. For me, it was like, what was necessity? Because like, a person wanted to leave, because of life gets on the road. Like, you start to, I would like to go and make some money now, you know, and that's cool. That's completely understandable. But it was obviously harder for Jamie, and I think Jamie's always obviously had a really good voice, but it's been like overshadowed at times because we thought we had, that they were the singer, you know. So Jamie was just doing his background stuff, and now it's been a case of, well, sorry mate, I know you like singing background, but now you need to be the main guy.
I know. Now there's folk wanting selfies with me and all that. That's a bit weird.
It's just me.
I know Kerr keeps wanting selfies with me. I quite like it now. At first I was like, oh, fuck this. We need to get somebody else in, but then we didn't have time, and then we've done it in 3 years, and then we were able to do it, and then now it's just getting better and better. We played in Newcastle last night, and it was a piece of pish.
Playing the freeze, it's good on stage now as well. It feels like there's more space, and I just like it, man. It's like, it's kind of punk-esque. It's like the freeze just going fucking mad for it, and I feel like that's it's always been us three anyway. It started the band to this point. We had the core of the band, and it just feels like it finally makes sense. Plus, it's like we don't need to deal with him. Like, there's plenty of people that wants to come and play with us now, like, you know, jumping. We're fortunate enough that we're no short in offers from that, but fuck dealing with anybody else, man. Fuck having anybody else coming in, talking, and needing to deal with their lives and their fucking relationships and their jobs.
The 3 years that are left, like, you know, that
If I was to
We'll
phone
do it
Daz
first.
now, but like, look, you need to be here now, he would be here. As opposed to, I don't know man, I've got a sport and I'm fucking, Joe, fuck off.
A different kind of love, another road to break.
I know I've always sang and done bits, but never, especially like playing live, having to do the drums and the singing at the same time. I could do both of them fine separately, but then it's having to then go and do it live. There's a couple of songs I had to just need to change like wee bits of the rhythms of the melodies or just wee notes and all that sort of thing. I've had to get pure fit recently just because it's hard, well hard. But it's well hard, but then it's easy if once you know what you're doing. But we're about to start going. We've only been playing half an hour sets recently with me doing all the singing, but now we're about to go and start playing for an hour and that. So I need to
Get fitter.
get even fitter. Aye.
I mean, it's just unfortunate that
The breathing.
he's no
breathing's
other
that.
option, so he has to be good at it. So, otherwise I'll need to kick him out of the band. So,
Right, you learn to sing.
I probably could.
Aye.
In fact, I've done more singing this than I've ever done.
You'll never have enough until you get your own way.
Well, it was Junior because we felt like this was the album that helped us get promoted from the Junior League to the Semi-Pro League. And then, to be completely honest, because you've been good at interviewing thus far, man, see finding artwork and stuff like that is fucking bollock. And getting like, and we wanted to put it out quick, and then if you want to get proper artwork you need to get it commissioned, and then like come up with a concept and the idea, and this was like pretty simple. We're like, look, let's call it, just call it Junior. Let's just find pictures of us as juniors, as kids. We've all got them, and we found them over at Christmas. Everybody went home for Christmas and put like photo albums and was like, there's me as a wee guy here, here's 7 options, pick them, make them into like one thing.
I be short on my time, so let me make it so clear. I've been out on my own, I found nothing to fear.
It was a song that could only have came at this point in our career, because it's we would never have been comfortable enough to put a song like that out on a record on the first 2 albums. Like I would never see. It's so hard to write a happy song without it being naff or cheesy. So hard. Like I was saying before, like let's see that Pharrell song, Happy. That must have been so hard to write. Because there needs to be a certain kind of conviction you deliver that way, so it's no naff. And like I can never, like I'm pretty good at writing dark, depressing things. But like writing stuff that's happy without sounding cheesy is just so hard. So Pro being and Up are like our happiest tunes we've ever written, and I just think it comes at this point because we're just comfortable enough now to accept it and good enough now to write it. So I'm really proud of that song in that sense, that we can even put that out. I'll be interested to see how that gets reacted to. Probably, I think it'll be the most polarising one on the album, probably.
Innocent dreams from a devilish thoughts. I don't paint pictures, I connect dots.
I mean, we've literally not even jammed that yet. I mean, we'll get into those. We've got a festival in Prague at the weekend, then we'll get into those rehearsals like the week after. So I don't even know how that'll sound. You might never hear that. It might just be too hard to play live. It might be just too different. However, in my head, that'll I can picture that coming off the back of something pretty heavy and being a nice wee kind of like chill out moment in the set.
Think I'm really close this time. I think I'm really close this time. Show me.
We played yesterday in Newcastle, and it was the first time I ever had a sound engineer with us.
It was horrible. I had to phone him and all that, but like, man, these guys are asking me like what our multi-core does. Oh, what the fuck is that? No, that's a big problem because we've had the same team for years. It's always been the same people that help us out, that's been on the journey with us, and when one of them goes away, it's an issue. Also, the first time we went down to A3 was hard. I mean, we went to support Mike Shinoda at the Roundhouse in London. Our first gig was a 3-piece, 4,000 folk in front of you. And the best way to relate that performance was like, in a football term, would be playing away from home and coming back with a draw. It was like, I think we just get through it.
Aye.
But we're sound now, so when we went into 3 was the biggest challenge because our biggest thing is how strong our live set is. So when an element get that taken away, we were like, fuck, how will this sound? Turns out it's fine.
Better.
It's better, aye.
Time stays frozen. What can I do to relieve this pressure?
I've not felt any pressure. I don't know.
Jamie doesn't feel pressure by anybody in life. Getting places in time or dealing with that. Jamie's cool to float about, man. Jamie's a very good model for him to want to have a happy life. This is your man. Me on the other hand, I'm plagued by pressure. No, I don't know, man. Like, if you think about these things too much, then it will have an effect on you. I feel like you just go with it and see what happens.
It's a bit like you want it to do better than the last one.
Mhm. Aye, I mean, exactly. The pressure would be like if we put it out and then suddenly we started to decline in terms of like venues where we were playing, there were smaller crowds and stuff, you would then take that as a slight on the record. Shit, we must not be as good anymore or whatever, or people don't like us anymore, or... And that would be crap, but touch wood, that's not happened, and I don't think it'll happen. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen this record because it's fucking good, man.
Aye.
It's complicated, up to my knees in it. Not
Key to that is that the music needs to be authentically real to you, or good to you, or true. Do you know what I mean? If you're making it for a purpose, like let's say you're making a radio record, making something that's got to try and get played on the radio, or something that's, you know, for a purpose, then you're fucked right away, man. Because then if that doesn't happen, then where are you left? The idea is you need to make music that you play in front of a full room of people, and if every person in that room is like, this is shit, you can still leave and go, I like it. That's the only way that this makes sense. Because if you believe in it and you like it, like we were listening to our own music on the way down to a festival yesterday, just to check the mixes out and stuff, but like, it's good. What's the point of making music you don't like? You know what I mean?
Aye.
just rain in the rain, no change in my pocket, not a penny a dame. Just a fucked up economy, you're playing in with tame.
Just doing this is a risk. It's like, being a musician for this long is a risk. I mean, it's always been on the up, but it's been slower than we would have liked at times. But we're pretty realistic people. Like, if it wasn't going in the proper way, we would have patched it, you know. So, but still, to go back to earlier statements, man, like being a musician in 2019 and that being your only plan of action is a risk, because there's no safety net, no plan B. We're too deep in it now to have anything else anyway. Like, fuck knows what else I would do. But I think that is the biggest risk, man. Just being a musician with no mummy and daddy's money. Fuck, man, there has been quite a good few. I mean, I remember the first time we told it the Barras was like an incredible moment. Like, we just got told the other day that we're going to get put up in the Barras in the actual venue in like this big vinyl wall for one of the gigs, which is amazing, because that was like still probably my favourite venue in the world, and we've been fortunate enough to play about like a lot of places. First time we went to Europe as a band was class. Playing Central Park, and I mean, the time we went to America,
I always forget that we played in Central Park.
Played Central Park, get paraded down Fifth Avenue, went for dinner with fucking James Bond, and met a Mexican gang that night and went breakdancing, met Just Blaze, Jay-Z's producer, that same night, all our best pals. Lindsay Lohan in the club that night as well, fucking...
If you're winching some guy, like getting off of a guy and just falling about out of mind.
Same hotel, and a party in a hotel, like, it was a party at some sort of skit, man, mad things happening everywhere, and Obama been in the hotel and they get a phone call, which everybody ignored in the room till like 7 in the morning when somebody like checked the wee beat message, and it was like, there's got to be heightened security today. And we were all mad, and we walked out and there was like sniffer dogs everywhere, and it was like because Obama was downstairs doing a talk or something in the fucking Marriott in New York. this all happened like one night. Stuff like that, man. And then like, oh fucking, when we first went to India there and brought our super futuristic music to the masses, as they called it. That was, man, there's been loads, mate. It's like, it's the reason you still do it, because it's still fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting free orange juice at King Tut's is pretty wrong, though. Thank you so much.
No, but if both of us are the Prime Minister.
What would our party be called first? The Lafontaines Liberators. What would the Lafontaines Liberators' first course of action be? What's our first 5 moves?
The death penalty for cannabis. The death penalty for all cannabis users. Increase football hooliganism. Raise awareness of the roadworks.
The roadworks.
I just wrote raise awareness, no doing about it, just
raise awareness of the
put
road.
a poster saying that there will be and will always be roadworks.
Free balsamic vinegar in every household. And
heightened awareness of
mandatory
coleslaw lessons.
Coleslaw lessons. No, mandatory Lafontaines merch that everybody has to buy at 25 quid a pop every week.
Aye. We'd rig the charts.
Rig the charts. So we're constantly at the top of the charts forever. And the only time we ever get moved is if somebody remixes one of your songs.
Aye.
And
Calvin Harris.
If Calvin Harris remixes one of his songs,
we'd let him in.
He can come in. But that's the only way you get in the charts. And everybody has to have a mandatory 4 minutes a day where they look at our pictures or posters and praises. I think they're pretty fair as well, because you know, it's
like North Korea, like.
Aye, it would be like a North Korean state.
We get statues.
Aye, everywhere. It's fair, isn't it?
Every street corner. Big broad statues.
Right, thank you very much.
Cheers.